Okay, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on when you are going to watch this video. We are continuing with our lessons whilst you are on vacation. We've already talked about law of agency. Now, today we are going to start our second topic, and that will be on risk management. Risk management. So today we are talking about risk management. You see, with whatever business you engage yourself in, whether it is transport business, fuel station, or what you call filling station, school, whatever it is, you will certainly be confronted with a certain number of risk. In other words, there will be the possibility of you losing your business. There is the possibility of losing your business. So there's possibility of business loss or failure. Your business can fail. Somebody may make product, the person may bring the product into the market, and you will not be able to survive. So there is a possibility, it is possible that you may lose your business. And that is what risk is all about. So you see, we have already done what management is, and we are looking at risk management. So the moment you know what risk is and you know what management is, then risk management will become very simple. So risk, just as I just told you in my introduction, that there is the possibility of business loss or failure. That is what we call risk. That is what you call risk. So when you say risk, then you are talking about the possibility of business loss or failure. In other words, you may lose your business. You may fail to a certain extent in whatever business you are engaged in. For example, your product may be destroyed by fire, flood, or any other thing. Your product may be stolen. Your business may collapse. You may be transporting eggs from one point to another, and you may lose everything through accident. All these things I've just mentioned, they are those we call the risk. The stealing, the accident, and all those kind of things. And remember that, you see, when you enter into a business, such risks, they are not certain that they will occur. So the risk may or may not occur. So another way we can define risk is that it is the uncertainty of business loss or failure. In other words, it is not like death, that people say death is inevitable. Death is inevitable. In other words, as for death, everybody knows that whether you like it or not. Even Methuselah died after almost 1,000 years. He still died. So as for death, it will certainly come. But for risk, it may come or it may not come. For example, if you buy a car, the car may be involved in an accident, the car may not be involved in an accident. So that is why we say that risk is the uncertainty concerning the occurrence of a loss. You are not certain that the risk will occur. For example, you are operating a filling station or fuel station. Then you know that one of the risks that you may encounter is fire. Fire can destroy everything. You remember what happened in Accra some few years ago? Fire destroyed everything and a lot of people lost their lives. But you see, it may or may not have happened. The person might have operated the business throughout his lifetime, and that risk, the fire that occurred, might have not happened at all. And there was also the possibility of the fire destroying the business, and it happened. You may buy a car, the car may or may not be involved in accident. So that is why we say that it is uncertain. So uncertainty concerning the occurrence of business loss. In other words, you may lose the business or you may not lose the business. When the risk occurs, then you are likely to lose the business. And then we also have the possibility of business loss or failure. It means that it is possible for you to lose your business through fire, through accident, and so many things we will talk about later. So that is what, in essence, risk is all about, the possibility of business loss or failure. Having learned or having now known the meaning of risk, now we are going to talk about kinds of risk. Kinds of risk. Kinds of risk. So, what are the kinds? Now, the first one is economic risk. We have economic risk. When you say economic risk, you know we have already learned about what risk is, and we know examples of them. Fire is a risk. If you enter into business, the business can be destroyed by fire. So that fire that can destroy your business is risk. That is what is called risk. So when you go to, that is why business people they want to transfer the risk to a particular company. You call it insurance company. What they do is that they don't want to bear the risk themselves, so they transfer. We shall talk about how a business can deal with this risk. 4 ways a business can deal with risk, and one of them is through transfer of the risk to another company, and that is what we call insurance. So for example, he thinks that one day his business might be destroyed by fire, so he goes to insurance company and then he insures the business against that risk we call fire. So when people go to insurance company, what they actually insure is the risk, so that in the event of the occurrence of the risk, they will be compensated, or what we say, or what we call, they will be indemnified, which we have already done under law of agency, that they will be restored back to their former position. We shall talk about that one under insurance. But the economic risk, there can be, how does it happen? There are certain times in the economy of a country, you know, you are a producer of a particular commodity. Other companies may also be producing similar product. So you may be in the soap industry, and as a result of that, you are in competition with other businesses that produce similar product. Now, as a result of competition, if you are not careful, you may lose your business. So when you lose your business as a result of competition, then competition is classified as economic risk. So there are some businesses that have been lost, or some people have lost their business as a result of competition. Now, you people know MTN, Vodafone, Tigo, and the rest. There was one we call Kasapa. Kasapa later became Espresso. They couldn't stand the competition, and they are no more in the market. And that risk is classified as economic risk. There are certain times too in economics you might have learned about lifestyle. When some people, they are, the government or their employers increase their salaries, their lifestyle may change, and your economics teacher is likely to tell you that somebody, for example, can stop purchasing gari and will be buying rice or cornflakes or what have you. When people's lifestyle change, and as a result of that, they also change the demand for certain commodities, then it is likely that that change can affect that business. So if it is gari people are no more buying, then it means that those in the gari industry are likely to lose their business. So when there is changes in respect of lifestyle, it can be a particular clothing styles or materials or whatever. If people are no more buying it, if it may be even a particular phone, a particular brand, if people stop using Banchetel, nobody is using it, and everybody decides to use Android phones and whatever, then those companies who are making the Banchetels, if they don't diversify, if they don't also change in producing the Android phones, they are likely to lose their business because people's lifestyle has changed. So that is the economic change. So we said that it comes about as a result of changes in the overall business condition. And examples can be competition and then changes in respect of lifestyle. Then the next one, you can have natural risks. The name tells you what it is. They are caused by natural occurrences. Earthquake can destroy your business, flood. What happened in Accra, Kumasi, and all those kind of things. You wake up and it rains and there's flood and your business is destroyed. Everything goes, and so that will be natural risk. So you can talk about flood, you can talk about fire, you can talk about earthquake, and elsewhere you can talk about hurricanes. Strong wind from this can destroy everything. So that will be natural risks. Then we can also talk about human risks. Human risks. The employees or whoever is working can make mistakes. So there are certain accidents occur as a result of human errors, human mistake. So if it is as a result of human error or human mistake, then that will be human risk. So that is for that one. Then we are going to move to other categories, and that is very important. You need to take note of, particularly for exams purposes. We are going to look at what we call pure risk or absolute risk or static risk. Pure risk. Pure risk. Pure risk. What is pure risk? Now, some of these risks that we have talked about, some of them, when they occur, there is only the possibility of business loss, or the best you can have is no loss. So the moment they occur, then you are losing something. You lose your business, or you lose a life, or the best thing is that you did not lose anything. And that is what we call pure risk. If you read some literature, they will tell you that for pure risk, the outcome is just one. In other words, what they mean is that when the pure risk occurs, what happens is that there is only the outcome of business loss. In other words, when there is fire outbreak, the fire will destroy your business. It is never beneficial. It doesn't have any benefit. There is no profit. And that's why I said, so others also talk about two outcomes. And those who talk about two outcomes, they talk about one, the loss of the business, or number two, they say that there was no loss. So, for example, an accident had happened. The question is, did you lose something? If you lost something, that is it. But it may also happen that the accident occurred. There was accident, but nothing happened. The person did not lose. Nobody lost his life. Nobody was injured. The car did not destroy. Nothing happened. Then that one is what we call pure risk. So what you need to take note of is that in pure risk, there is only the possibility of business loss. As against the next one that we are going to talk about, speculative risk or dynamic risk, where there is either business loss or there is profit. So you either lose or you benefit under speculative risk. There is either loss. Remember, under pure risk, there is only one thing, loss. And I said the best is that you did not lose anything. So either it was an adverse, that means a bad thing happened, you lose or you lost something, or it was neutral, where you didn't lose anything. And I said that one is never beneficial. But when you look at speculative risk, which others also refer to as dynamic risk, for that one, there is either loss or profit. For example, people bet. It can be these days, football. Even some of you students have been engaging yourself in this soccer betting. Now, when you bet, either you gain or you lose. So that is speculative risk. You either gain or you lose. It is not like the other one, which was the pure risk, where there is only the possibility of business loss or no loss. And like we said, there is no benefit. When the car is involved in accident, it can never be beneficial. When an employee is injured, you have to buy medicine. Buying medicine is never beneficial. When your business is destroyed by flood or any other thing, it is never beneficial. So that is pure risk. But for the speculative, what happens is that you can lose, you can gain. And I gave you typical example, the betting. You can lose, you can gain. If somebody stakes lotto, the person can win, the person can lose his money. If somebody in companies, when we are talking about company, we talk about investing in shares. When you invest in shares, you can lose your shares, the share value may fall or it may increase. So shares that you bought at, let's say, 5 Ghana cedis per share, at a certain point in time, it may go to 10 Ghana cedis. And then when you sell, there will be capital gain. Or say that you bought at 5 Ghana cedis. If the company is not doing well, it may fall. And that is why when you go to stock exchange, we talk about speculators, the bull, the bear, and then the stock, which we learned under stock exchange. So that is what you need to take note of. You should be able to distinguish between pure risks and speculative risks. And the difference is that for pure risk, there is only the possibility of loss, or at best no loss. But for the speculative risk, there is either possibility of loss or profit. So that is what you need to take. So I said pure or absolute or static risk. There's possibility of loss or no loss. It is never beneficial, and that one is beyond human control. And this natural happiness that we talk about here. is beyond human control. So you need to take note of fire. So when there's fire outbreak, when there's flood, then we talk about speculative possibility of loss or profit. And an example, betting, investment in shares. So that is for that one. Then we have fundamental risk. Fundamental risk. When such risks occur, they affect the entire, either the entire economy or a large number of people are affected. So when there is fire outbreak in a particular market, you can name it. You see, it affects a lot of people. A lot of people are affected. As against just a theft that affects only an individual. When there is flood in Kumasi, in Accra, or in whatever area you may think of, it affects large number of people, and that is what we call fundamental risks. Fundamental risks. Then the last one that we are talking about here is the opposite of the fundamental risk, which is particular risk. The particular risk affects just an individual. So you wake up one morning and armed robbers have broken into your store. It's your store. It will affect only you. It doesn't affect everybody, and therefore that will be particular risks. So these are the types of risks that you need to take note of, particularly the pure risks and then the speculative risks.